tool is if you have a chipped tile,
yes,
or it's broken, you can just remove the grout, chip out your tile, and then if I just come around to the other side,
yes,
if you want to put your safety goggles back on.
I will.
Down here, I've got some tile adhesive.
Yes.
So, because one thing, if you remove a cracked tile, you're then left with all the adhesive at the back. So if you stick a new tile on, it's going to stick out compared to all the others.
Exactly.
With this, you've got the triangular carbide rasp here. You can just remove all of that adhesive, and again, because it's got such a tip here, you can get right into the corners, so you can remove all that adhesive. So if I just clip in, if I just take that, just clip in.
That battery cell, and remember, you can see that it just clicks in, simple as that. Yeah.
So if I just turn this on,
and here what you will notice is, even though we're talking about utilising that 10.8-volt battery cell, what we're getting is that incredible power, up to as much as 19,000 oscillations a minute. Look at the control. She is not working hard. I can tell you, I'm standing here looking at Lucy. She is not pressuring into that. She is just gently letting that almost float on top of the grouting. And it is just, I mean, that has just decimated that in seconds. Look at that.
So basically, you've also got the scraper. So as you saw on the VT, you can take sort of the glue off on window seals, take stickers off. This is just some all different types of adhesives and sealants that we've got here. So if we again put on our safety goggles.
Yes, I will.
So here you've got the scraper.
Okay.
I haven't actually shown you yet how you put it on.
Oh, we'll do that next then, Liz. Let's do that next so we can show people. Because that's another thing that Chris really specialises in. It's not just about a tool that has got all the features that you want, has got the performance that you want. It's about easily being able to go from one job to the next to the next, isn't it?
Yeah. So if I just turn this on.
And again, is that utilising that oscillating motion to give us that capabilities that's there? Goodness me, look at this. Honestly, Lucy, I'm so jealous you're having all the fun. I want to get stuck in and have a little bit of that.
As well.
Look at that. That's just lifted that off. Literally, if you'll forgive the saying and the pun, but in one. Lots of old furniture's got stunning detail that if you were trying to do it manually, trying to get into those little nooks and crannies, you'd think about old chairs with all their beautiful detail and that. It would be a nightmare. Old doors, Lisa, trying to sand down an old door. Oh, that would be an absolute mission. But now we've got that power. And we've got these detail tools that's going to make it so easy. Quickly remind us what these two are all about. So for people who are just tuning in, they're wondering, what is she holding on the screen now?
So this is your sanding finger pad, and this is your carbide rasp. So the carbide rasp, would be to remove sort of all the heavy debris, and then you can use your finger pad to just sand everything off. The beauty of the finger pad, though, is that you can stick your... Stuck that on very neatly, have I?
Sandpaper, that's okay. It's just a demonstration to show you can go both sides.
So basically you can sort of stick right into the cracks of things without having to sort of do one side, take it out, turn it around, do the other side. You can just do it all in one movement.
And without bashing your fingers and scraping off your knuckles and all those things that normally happen. And remember, with the power, that's going to give you up to 19,000 oscillations a minute. So let's talk about power again, because I think you mentioned to me earlier you were actually going to cut through this copper pipe.
Yeah, so sort of when we moved into our house, it had been derelict for a while, and with the previous people had just sort of cut things and taken them out, so we couldn't even turn water on because they'd cut the kitchen sink out, and we were just left with so many random pipes just sticking out, and everything had to be redone, but we were left with loads of pipe work that was just sticking out. We were never going to use it again because they'd cut it off so weirdly. So with this tool, you can just cut it off at the base.
All right, then. Well, let's have a little look at that. And again, I have to say, for those of you just tuning in, choosing us here at Idea World, the reason we're putting this on is because, well, this is a company, this is a studio, health and safety comes first. You obviously will take the necessary precautions depending on the job that you're doing. And of course, Lucy's been told she has to wear gloves just on the off chance that while she's in the studio, something goes on. Again, I have to say, you'll probably make these decisions for yourself.
Yeah.
Safety first.
So basically, the other great thing about this is that you can go straight to the surface. so it will just be completely flush. Then you could just put some filler in it and you'd never know that it was there.
And am I right in thinking that, you know, that probably gives you a little bit more control, a little bit of sort of security and peace of mind when you're working, if you can actually take that up to the surface?
You've got a guide, so yeah, it's perfect. So if I just turn this on, again, I've put it up to the 6th level, but it will just go up gradually, as you can hear.
I love that. I think it just really distinguishes this tool.
Yeah. So
now, those of you just tuning in, what you're seeing here is a demonstration of the power, the accuracy that you will be able to get to achieve utilising your multi-tool. It literally is like, and you've heard it said half a dozen times before, but that wasn't that, like a hot butter through a knife, was a hot knife through butter. You spoke about maybe trimming away things because you wanted to slip in your carpets, your what are those tiles. I've been looking at different types of flooring. It's all very exciting. Then you think, oh, but how will that fit under the current?
Well, yeah, and especially around door frames, it's so hard to get the perfect cut with floorboards sort of around the door frames.
Yes.
And, you know, you end up going through a few boards of wood, and you know, it's just all costly. Whereas with this, you can use the board itself. If I just show you. So, for instance, you've got the board here.
Yeah.
You can put it up to use as your guide.
Oh, okay.
And cut things so it just slips straight underneath your door frame.
So it is perfect every single time.
So yeah, the whole point of it is that you don't need to move things. So if you're sort of fitting kitchen worktops, instead of, you know, and you've got to, your boiler always sort of brings pipes down the wall. Instead of sort of putting a worktop up, marking it, taking it outside, scraping the walls as you walk through, you can cut whilst it's in place.
Isn't that
so it's
excellent? All right, well, I'll leave you to that. So let's have a look at that. Yes, it is. This is how easy it is to do. And I have to say, although Lucy has been utilising the tool, she is not doing this every single day. It is not her profession. It is a hobby. And now I want to just quickly remind you, the reason you're getting this clean cut is you've got the power that you control on a gearing system from 5,000 to 19,000 oscillations a minute. You can see that super bright LED there as well. So clearly, I mean, absolutely perfect straight cut. And look at that, it'll fit in just ideally. And of course, if you needed to or wanted to do that all the way along your skirting boards as well, then that would be an option.
If you're wanting to put in a new electrical socket, light switch, something like that, the beauty of this is that you don't need to remove anything. So it's really hard to remove a wall if it's already up there.
Yes.
To sort of, you know, to put that cut in. So for electricians, things like that, you don't need to sort of do anything before the plaster goes up. You can just sort of do it all while it's already up there. So if I just show you this, so I've drawn the shape that I need to cut here. So if I just turn this on.
For those of you just tuning in, a little bit worrying, our accessories pack at the bottom of the screen, that is limited stock. There is only 10% remaining, and that basically gives you the capability of what Lucy's doing over there, just following those lines, almost like cutting out, you know, as if you're working with a craft knife. That's how easy this is making DIY. If you want the Multi-Tool Pro, 60% near enough has now sold out and gone. We are racing towards that point where this is not available. If you've just tuned in, you can still get it. Let me run you through some of those features. 5,000 to 19,000 oscillations a minute. Unbelievable power delivered you through a lithium-ion clip-on battery that works on a rapid charge system with the battery indicator that basically offers you that facility. So in less than an hour, you've got that battery charged and good to go. A tool that has got the light built in so that you can always see exactly what you're working on. The accuracy that you're able to achieve here is phenomenal. And you saw Luce do that for you